Hey, everybody. This is Mike and Greg Talk Movies, and it only took 2 hours to get this thing going, but we're here. We are professionals. I'm
No.
on vacation on top of a mountain, and Greg Morton, who's from Canada, is where I normally live in Southwest Florida. Greg, how are you, my friend?
Good. I just wish we were together in person. It works better.
Me too.
I just walk into your studio and then boom.
I know. And the one time you finally show up, I'm not there.
This is
But
something that we would have gone to see together for sure.
yes, and
Yeah.
now we have gone to the movies together, in a
Yeah.
totally non-gay way. We saw the double feature of Kill Bill, the
One
whole
seat
bloody
apart,
affair.
different clothes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And that was a great time. Very
And you
exciting.
know what? I just picked up that on DVD.
Did you really?
Yes.
Very nice. And you'll
Hang on,
watch it
let me go.
again in another
Oh my
year,
God.
right?
No, no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna try and get my wife to watch. Look at this, bro. Check it out.
Oh, I like that. Little bit over. Little bit over. Yeah,
So this
yeah,
way,
yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Nice. Oh yeah.
right?
I love it. I love it. Walmart? Is that a Walmart find?
That's all. That's where you have to go to get physical media now.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous.
I know.
What's that?
But we are
Yeah,
here because you and I
yeah,
just saw
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. We
Spider-Man.
saw what's it called
Brand New
again?
Day. Spider-Man Brand
Brand.
New Day.
Oh, I thought it was Brand New Home. It
Yeah,
usually
right.
has a home in the title, but
Yeah,
it was Brand New Day.
Homecoming, No Way
Yeah.
Home. I forget what the third one was.
Okay. How
Anyway,
many people were at your showing? Let's start there.
well, I'm in a town of about 900 people, and there were, I think, eight total.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
But I will say, I went. There were three showings today, and it is opening day as we're recording this. It's Thursday night. It's now Friday morning, 12 o'clock
Yeah,
in the morning.
yeah.
Uh, there there were three showings: a 1 o'clock, a 4:10, and a 7 p.m. I went to the 4:10 showing, and yeah, there was probably eight people in the whole theater. Now it is a small town where I'm at right now, but the 7 o'clock, we walked out because it's only a three theater, like three rooms
Yeah.
to see a movie, so it's very very small. And the seven
It's a
o'clock,
three. It's a threeplex.
right, the entire lobby was full of people ready to go see that 7 o'clock.
Wow.
So how was your showing? You went to 12:30, right?
It was there was a lot of people in there. Now it wasn't full. There's the nosebleeds.
Mm-hmm.
That was full all the
Yeah,
way through down to the eye bleeds. Now the eye bleeds are the
the
ones
eye
that are
bleeds.
closest to the screen. That's what I call them, the eye
Yeah,
bleeds.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
leaning. You can't see me right now, but it's the
Yeah.
leaning all the way back and your head's up, like, oh, I love this movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix like that. The very last two open seats, all the way in the front row, all the way to the right, just leaning, your heads all the way back, staring up at the screen. Total
I know.
cinema magic.
This is why people stream now.
Yeah, yeah. From the
Yeah.
comfort of your own couch. So I know I
Yeah.
want to keep this. We'll keep this podcast short because we can go on and on forever. So
Yeah.
real quick, the first we'll say 3 to 5 minutes here will be no spoilers, okay? And then
All
I
right.
want to dive that we can dive deep. But so real quick, what is your no spoiler, honest feeling about the movie?
I am kind of divided, you know that? I didn't think it was as fun as the last one
Really?
or the previous three for that matter.
Okay.
I thought it was good, but here's what my thing is. If they'd have cut like maybe 15 minutes out of the film,
Yes.
it would have been a banger.
I agree.
Just a banger because they hit all of the notes, the characters, the chemistry. It was
hmm
all great, but there's some other stuff that I can't get into without spoiling. But
Right, and we will get into it, but I will
yeah.
agree with that. I actually like this one more than the last one because I think the last one was too much of the multiverse,
Oh
just
yeah. Yeah.
parallel dimension slop, just so much stuff going on. Now, granted, I loved. that they brought all of the Spider-Men together. They recreate the meme of everybody pointing at each other. Tobey Maguire, which was my Spider-Man growing up, the Andrew Garfield, which a lot of people love, and now Tom
Yeah.
Holland, who now has more movies than both of them. Tobey only got 3, and Garfield only got 2. Now Tom Holland is up to 4. But when you say there are 4 movies in this Tom Holland Spider-Man universe, it doesn't feel like 4 movies.
No, no.
And
Well,
I
I think
think
that's because that's a testament to the original three.
yes, because
They're
you can
so good. You can watch them
individually
together. It feels like one story.
exactly.
Mhm.
I yes, I will agree with that. But I also think that's also the curse of the MCU because you have Spider-Man's first introduction in Civil War, and then he goes away for a while, and he's in Endgame, and he's in Infinity War, and it's
Yep.
almost it's what I'm going to talk about in a little bit about Hulk, where Hulk is in every other Marvel movie, but he doesn't have his own except for the Edward Norton one that nobody wants to talk about. So for the non-spoiler reaction, I was very impressed. I think you're right, they handled all the tones very well. I think they could have cut out some of the back and forth between MJ and Peter,
Oh,
which
oh.
we can get into that. But
Okay.
overall, what would you rate the movie out of 10, real quick?
If I could, I would put it in decimals. 7.8.
Okay. I give it
Yeah. So go
just
ahead.
because of my grievances, because I do think if you take care of the grievances, it's a pretty perfect movie. But minus my grievances, I give it a 8.5.
Oh wow.
Just because I mean, I'm a Spider-Man sucker. I'm a Spider-Man
I am a.
sucker.
I
You know?
don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but fan. But and I thought the first three movies were great,
Yes.
and I could watch them anytime. But I got to tell you, I felt like they repeated us a lot of certain things in the film. I
Yes.
know, I get it, I get it. I know what happens. You don't have to give me more flashbacks.
Right. See, I like the flashbacks. Okay, so now, so spoiler
Okay,
warning, spoiler
is that
warning.
spoiler?
Anybody? Yeah. So now going
All right.
forward, here is this final spoiler warning. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch the movie. We're going to spoil everything here. I
Okay.
like the flashbacks because when you have so much convoluted stuff in the MCU,
Yes.
it's very hard to keep it straight. And I think for the biggest jumps in the movies, I think the flashbacks were good to give that little reminder for people coming into this as a quote unquote brand new day, quote unquote, for people to say, okay, that's what was going on in these Spider Man movies as opposed to the rest of
Yes.
the MCU. I
I know. I
think,
get it.
yeah.
I just thought it was overdone.
Hmm.
I thought it was too much. But the notes were great.
Right.
I felt like they felt real to me.
Yes.
But
And
they're both great performers. Tom Holland and Zendaya, they're good,
I was very impressed
and
with Zendaya.
they really right.
Yeah, Zendaya's been all over the place, and people love to, give her a lot of nonsense and memes for, saying she's a one-faced actress, but she does the one face pretty well, and I
Oh
think
my gosh,
I think
that's
in the
silly.
in the
That's
one
ridiculous.
scene, and again spoilers here, in the one scene where they're on top of the roof and she gets possessed and she has that moment of like getting this happy like, oh, I'm MJ, I remember I'm your girlfriend, to that dark like I'm the villain. That
Yes,
was good acting, and that was very believable, and that was
it
in the
was.
moment very powerful.
Yeah,
That being
I
said,
agree.
one of my gripes that lowered my score of this movie is just like the problem. What was the big problem with the Sopranos TV show? Lack of communication. All of this could have been avoided with MJ and Peter if they would just communicate. And for as tough as Spider Man is, the Peter Parker was a little too weak with the whole, I want to tell you, but I can't tell you. Should I tell you? I don't know if I can
I know.
tell you. And
I know. It's
after the
very frustrating.
sixth time, it gets very frustrating.
Oh
And
my
it's like,
gosh, it's like watching Moonlighting.
yeah.
That's an old reference. Nobody's going to get that anyway. It doesn't matter. So,
But
but
yeah, it's like I
yeah,
think for a two
go
and a
ahead.
half hour movie, it's unnecessary.
Oh
And
my gosh. If they had just cut a little bit off of that
mhm,
extra half hour, this would have been a banger.
yes, and see, I did hear an opinion where somebody said the first 2/3 of the movie are really great, but it was that third act that felt sluggish. Now I disagree a little bit. I think the whole pacing of the film was good, But you're right. There's 15 minutes that could have just been tightened up or just not in there at all. Because if they had resolved the Peter Parker and Mary Jane thread earlier, they could have avoided some of that drivel that made it feel
Hmm.
like it slowed down.
Yeah, I agree.
Now let's
Yeah.
get into the villain. Here's my problem with the MCU
So,
as it stands right now, and you can agree. Let me know what you think. Why? And spoilers, folks. Why is Jean Grey, the X-Man woman, whatever, the villain in a Spider-Man film?
well, obviously, I think they're setting up the X-Men
Yes.
because I gotta say, when I was in my showing, a lot of people were excited, like, "Oh, it's Jean Grey."
Hmm.
Then they explain it to
Yeah.
their friends who
Right.
know nothing about the Marvel
Well,
movies.
but exactly. And if you're a Spider-Man fan and you never paid attention a day in your life about Jean Grey, and you go, "Who the hell is this?" You know, I grew up having the Spider-Man Monopoly board game. I could tell you every single Spider-Man villain that is on that board game. And what did
Yeah,
we get? We got Frank Castle, the Punisher, who was an ally, and then,
yeah,
spoiler, shoot Spider-Man. And then Jean Grey, who's an X-Man, and the Hulk, who's an Avenger. Not
yeah,
one actual Spider-Man villain, except in the beginning
yeah,
montage, which is all part of the advertising of the hand or whatever
yeah,
shocker everybody's talking about. Some guy
yeah.
didn't even recognize that I think was Tombstone.
It was
And
Tombstone. Yeah,
yeah, and Scorpion had his 5 minutes of fame again, who was just a
yeah,
repeat of original from the first one. So I feel
yeah,
like for a Spider-Man movie, as much as I say, okay, fine, the MCU wants to keep things moving towards Doomsday, and X-Men after that. This is a Spider-Man movie. It should have been a Spider-Man villain.
yeah. Too many characters.
Yes.
I mean, sure, they did it for the sake of action to kind of grab people in the beginning, and I get that. But man, I just there were too many of those montages.
Yes.
And now here's what I loved: the Punisher. I thought Spider-Man and the Punisher had great chemistry, and
Fantastic.
I wasn't even into that. I was like, oh, the Punisher. I don't want to see that. And it actually ended up being one of the best parts of the movie.
Yes, it worked because of Frank Castle's hard edge, and you
Yeah,
don't have to have seen
yeah,
you didn't have to have seen the Punisher TV show, any of
that's
that,
right.
any of Daredevil with Punisher in it. You just immediately see where Punisher's coming from, and it
Yeah,
makes sense and it works. And
yes.
between his hard edge and his cursing compared to
Yeah.
Peter Parker,
And
that
his
made
goody two shoes.
yes, and that made Peter Parker more seem like more of a goody two shoes, and that was
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm laughing just thinking about it. That's
Yeah,
how good it was. I enjoyed that
it
very
was
much.
buddy cop level.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like
Great scenes.
show me a Disney Plus TV show that is just Spider-Man and the Punisher in a cop car, like in the Punisher's free candy van there,
Right? Oh my gosh.
with the
So good.
porthole, with his sticking his grenade launcher out,
Yeah.
you know.
And I thought the Hulk scenes as action scenes were very, very good.
Yes,
Hulk
yes.
looked great, and I don't know, it worked well.
Hmm.
So what else? What else did you think?
But so
Anything
with
else?
the
Or
Hulk, quickly on the
yeah,
Hulk
yeah,
again. Edward Norton played the Hulk right after the original Iron Man movie, pretty much before
that's right.
the MCU was considered the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the movie was a flop. And then here is the Hulk later in the Avengers movie, right? Replaced with Mark Ruffalo, which, he is who he is, whatever. He's a good actor, he's a good Hulk.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Captain America Brave New World?
Yes, I have with Red Hulk.
Yes. Tell
Yes.
me the Red Hulk scene did not just remind you of the Green Hulk scene in this movie.
Uh, in a way, I like this better because it
Yes.
seemed more cohesive.
I agree. I agree with that. But I see it
Go
as
ahead.
filler.
Do
Again,
you really?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
I think they could have, if it was a stronger villain, if it was a stronger actual Spider-Man villain as opposed to an X-Men that we now is now who's going to turn into an ally with X-Men,
Hmm.
and it was an actual villain. It could have been a minor boss, like you see in some of these
Right.
action films where it's the minor. Like I just watched Iron Man 3 for the first time the other night. Just watching some of the backlog of MCU movies I haven't seen, and there's the main big bad guy, but then there's the first in line henchman. You know, think of like the old James Bond films where like Top Job
Yeah.
is like the
Yeah.
big boss fight that happens halfway
I
through the
feel you.
film.
Yeah.
That felt like that, but with the Hulk, because if earlier in the movie Peter's talking to Bruce Banner about the inhibitor, right, that he wears, and it
That's
basically
right.
it's setting up, and Bruce Banner goes, "Oh, you know, I have to keep this on, otherwise the big guy comes out," and like lo and behold, 20 minutes later he doesn't have it on, and what happens? The Hulk shows up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like
Well,
there's
I thought that the inhibitor was a setup for the X-Men
mm-hmm.
because you noticed it was DNA based, and they were
Yes.
talking about, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
uh, and then Jean Grey comes into the picture, and I go, oh, I get it. We were
Yeah.
talking about moral ethics here, whether
Right.
this is morally ethical to
Mm-hmm.
adjust someone's DNA on that level,
Yes.
to adjust their behavior to have them fit into society. And
Subliminal
the X-Men,
messaging.
that's what this, we all know what the X-Men is about. So,
Right. Yeah. And not only that, then you also have now the government situation, which we're going back to Civil
yes,
War, and
right,
what is the superhero supposed to do? Serve the government, or who decides
right,
what's good and evil? You know,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
gee, you can't trust the government. Go figure. They turn out to be the big bad guy in the film. Go figure. So I thought that was played well, and we kind of you kind of could tell that was coming, but I just think overall it was a missed opportunity as a Spider-Man movie for the villain, as opposed to having it just be another stepping stone towards Doomsday and X-Men.
I think they try to jam too many things in.
Yeah.
Like, what's her name at the beginning from
Oh, the
the
Thunderbolts that nobody cares
the
about.
Thunderbolt? What's her name? Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you. They say Black Widow, and I'm like, I thought that was Scarlett Johansson, and that's not her. You know what I mean?
You haven't seen the Thunderbolts?
No, no. You mean
Oh my
the
God.
new
Okay.
Avengers, quote unquote?
Yeah. Listen, I got to tell you, I was not psyched about that movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched it, I thought it was one of the best Marvel movies of the new multiverse, of the
Right.
multiverse.
That's cool. I think they're good
Yeah.
characters. All the clips I've seen look good.
It was funny. There was good action and
Hmm.
a really good story. I highly recommend it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll add that.
So,
I'm sure it's
but
on Disney Plus already.
I didn't think that scene needed to be in there.
No,
You
it's just
cut that
filler.
scene,
Yeah.
that's a good 5 minutes out of the film right there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying you cut a couple of these other superfluous scenes out of there.
Yeah.
You get it
Oh,
down just a little over 2 hours. You got
exactly.
a banger.
And that,
That's a
okay.
banger.
And this is my other gripe. My other gripe that
Okay,
I
go.
noticed right from the get go, right in the
Yeah.
beginning, all of the product placement.
Oh,
BMW, Liquid IV, what was it? The pre-workout, the Star Wars Legos. Don't
oh,
don't tell me Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars, huh? Because
right,
they'll
right.
remind you every 2 minutes.
They will.
And it
And then they get a credit at the end.
exactly, and not only that, when he's in the bodega and he's grabbing his coffee creamer, right next to that is Tom Holland's brand new non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, shut up. Shut the front door.
I'm like, come
Put,
on,
put on,
you've got
hang
to
the
be kidding
closed
me.
sign up. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And the gigantic
Well,
BMW ad, I think it was BMW on the side of the subway
yeah.
building there. And it's like, just unnecessary, just sellouts. It's just
Okay.
obvious sellout.
Let me ask you something, Mike.
Hmm.
Does this make you excited for Doomsday?
Yes, actually. Because, like I
Well,
said,
uh,
I liked this Spider Man more than the multiverse one, the last one.
Okay.
I thought that one was too convoluted. Even my mother said that. My mother and father saw this with me today, you know?
Yeah.
So I think this was a good
Yeah.
step forward for Marvel in what they can achieve post Doomsday. I think Doomsday has to be the final nail in their coffin for better or for worse. Because what happens with X-Men, what happens with this alleged Deadpool 4 that could come out, uh, the X-Men or the Ghost Rider movie with Ryan Gosling, which I think is a great casting, by the way.
Yeah. But Mike, if you think that the third Spider-Man was convoluted, Doomsday is going to be even more convoluted because there's going to be so many characters in that film.
There's going to be so many characters, but if they do it right, like Game of Thrones in a way, like prime Game of Thrones seasons, where
Yeah.
there's three or four people doing their thing at a time, as opposed to put everybody on screen. Maybe everybody's on screen like Endgame at the end of it for one big final thing. Fine, but
Yeah.
I think they have to have a linear path of a story. Do I think they'll do it? No, because it's Hollywood and I think they're convoluted. But I think we can hope for a linear path and maybe they
Yeah.
wrap it up. I think I think they've learned over this last phase of movies that have failed so tremendously that they have to wrap it up.
After Doomsday is Secret Wars. So that's a whole nother thing there.
Right. Well, and see that going into this Spider-Man movie, there was all of the thoughts of is MJ going to die? Is Peter Parker going to die? Because they did, and this is one thing I applaud Tom Holland and what he has said about him being involved in meetings about this movie and coming to the fans and
Yeah.
looking at what they wanted. And we got that. We got those cool comic book shots that turned into the actual scenes that he
Yes.
did, all those gymnastic
Yeah.
scenes like that. He's a very
Yeah.
skilled actor doing that. All
Yeah.
of the you've
Agreed.
played the video game. I played the first one. Haven't played the
Yeah.
second one, but fantastic video game that
Yeah.
Tom said that they took a lot of the finishing moves from that
Yes.
and put that in the movie, which I thought was really, really good. Excuse me.
I agree.
I thought all of those action sequences became better. I really liked the first person cinematography that was being used. I thought the camera shake was a little much a couple times, but overall,
Yeah.
I really liked that close up on his eye in the mask or
Yeah.
the make it look like you were
Well,
swinging.
I agree.
So,
That is perfect. I love that stuff.
yes, so I
He did
think they're
something
listening.
different visually. That's important.
Yes.
Otherwise, it just looks like the same thing all the
Exactly.
time.
So I think they
Yeah.
are listening. I think Tom being involved so much in that has been a very big positive thing. And, you know, who knows what that means for Doomsday. But I think as far as Spider Man and what they could have done with it, was Miles Morales in it? No. I think a lot of people thought that was going to happen. But again, the villain thing for that ninja organization to be on the poster. I mean, in the lobby of the theater, that's the big poster, and it's like it has nothing to do with anything.
I agree. I did not like that at all.
No, it has
That was,
nothing to do with anything.
yeah,
And
the
I
hand
think,
and all that. I thought it was just,
and that
yeah.
tarantula, everybody thought, oh, there's going to be
Uh,
a big tarantula fight, and it's like it's a footnote, and that's
yeah,
ridiculous.
it is.
For all the time that they wasted on the MJ and Peter Parker, Huggy Bear Kissy Face stuff, they could have transferred that time into a bigger opening montage of him taking down those villains. You know, let it be a week in the life of Spider Man as opposed to a month and cramming all this stuff in there. Instead, you get, I love you, but I can't tell you. Is that you? Should I take my mask off now? I don't know. You know, I want to build Legos with Ned, but I have to wear my mask. And did I mention that they're Star Wars Legos? So, and
Okay,
you go
Mike,
ahead.
how much would you cut out of the movie? Well, how much would you say?
I, what is the runtime? What is the runtime on this? Let's see.
Ah,
I
yeah,
just
look
had
it
it up.
up.
It's 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Okay, there you go.
I think you could cut 25 minutes.
Okay, let's do it.
You know, I think you can cut 25 minutes.
I would cut those ninjas out. That should be maybe one one shot, like at the beginning with the cool stuff, and they could
Yeah.
have thrown that in the montage at the beginning. That would have been
Cut
fun.
out the ninjas altogether. Nobody knows who the hell they are unless you're deep, deep, deep into the comic books. And
I didn't mind the hand reference. I thought it was okay. It looked
yeah,
cool,
more
but
people understand Shocker
well,
or
it needs more. You'd have to have
Tombstone.
more backstory in order for it to have
Right.
any weight to it,
So
and that
have
takes too damn long.
So in the
Too damn long.
montage, have the Shocker, breaking the wall of a bank open, and then you have Spider-Man take him down. In the
Yeah,
tarantula thing,
yeah.
have the tarantula guy like pretending to be Spider-Man and have Spider-Man take him down. There's a
Or you know
million
what?
ways to do that.
You take all that stuff out and just have the opening fight with Scorpion. I thought
Yeah.
Scorpion was a great fight,
Or
great
you
battle.
don't have to have Scorpion in it because he's already been used. Let it be Shocker.
Nah,
Let it be
nah.
a
I
different
like
villain.
what? What?
Let it be a
I like
different villain.
Scorpion.
I like Scorpion
All
too,
right.
but then
I
that
thought you
should
were
have
gonna love
meant
it.
Sinister Six, which was
Yes,
that was the other
I
big
agree.
thing that everybody thought could have happened with Sinister Six.
Yes, they should have had We need Sinister Six. We need that to happen.
Yes, give me
I
Willem
wish.
Dafoe as the Green Goblin every day of the week, and I'm happy.
Yeah,
What would you cut out?
yeah, he was good. He was very good.
What would you cut
Yeah.
out? What would you add?
Well, I would cut out the ninjas, like you said. I would cut out. I think there's way too many flashbacks back to Mary Jane and Peter
Ned.
Parker.
Yes.
He pines way too much. I would cut it down a little bit. What else would I cut? That thing with Romanoff. What's her name?
Yeah. Black Widow 2.0.
Natasha. Black
Yeah.
Widow. Yeah, I don't like that. Cut that. I know why they put it in there. It's
Yeah.
going to be so that Spider-Man and her will have a relationship when they fight Doctor Doom. I
Yeah.
get it. And then they'll
Woo!
make the big
Yay!
potatoes,
Yeah.
big
Big
potatoes joke.
potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
For
that's a
one joke, you're going to
callback.
do that?
That's a callback, right?
Oh man, please, please, enough, enough already.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd have to watch it again and see what I would cut out, but there's a lot.
How about you
And
cut
I,
out all
I
the
just felt
product placement and all of the weird phone calls with the police detectives? That was weird. You know?
all the stuff with Punisher and Spider-Man, I would keep.
Yep.
I
Give
would
me
do
more
that
of
all
that.
damn day
Give
long
me more
because
of
I
that.
thought that chemistry was banger.
Yes.
I laughed my ass off.
Hmm.
And it was good action. It was, like you said, there was a good contrast between the two characters.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
got to keep that.
Is that my gun? Yeah. That was a great line. And I love John Bernthal. He's a fantastic actor. I've been watching him since Shane on The Walking Dead.
Me too. Me too.
You
Me too.
can't beat him. And so I just think there's obvious tweaks that could have happened, but I think overall, maybe I'll knock mine down to an 8, just 8 out of 10. You were at a 7.3,
No, no, 7.8,
7.8.
7.8.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. I
I
think
think
we
it's
both have the
almost
same
an 8,
gripes.
but
Yeah.
it could have been a 9
Hmm.
if they'd have done some edits and have it could have been a banger.
You know what brings me up
It
to an
doesn't
8
every. It doesn't
is
have to be 2 hours and 25 minutes.
no, it doesn't.
It's just getting ridiculous. It's a
Hmm.
superhero movie.
I
You
know.
don't have to put everything in there. And let's not forget the kitchen sink.
Yes.
What do you have to put all that in there?
You know the
Keep it
dir-
simple.
the
Yeah.
director's cut of Doomsday is going to be 4 hours, right? Just thank God it's not Christopher Nolan doing that. you know?
Okay, let's save that for another podcast.
Yeah. You know what pushed me to? I'll tell you what pushes me to an 8 as opposed to a 7.8 is the spider suit. Good,
Spider suit banger. Love it.
crisp, clean
Finally.
spider suit
Yes.
that
Looks way better.
looks
Looks way better.
way better than all of the techie stuff that they tried giving us since the first Tom Holland one.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I know why they did it. And I
Hmm.
think this is good, though. This is a good, there's an evolution to the character. And I thought
Yes.
that was smart. Yeah.
Yes. But it shows that the evolution led to that simplicity of a suit that's his everyday friendly neighborhood Spider-Man suit, for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? And it works.
I couldn't get over the natural webbing coming out of his arms.
Oh, I know. Just
It's so gross. It was
I know. Well,
This kid's going through adolescence right now.
or
Things
the scene,
splooge.
or the scene where he's watching the spider molt, and I'm just like, that's actually quite disgusting.
You know what? And at my showing, people brought their little kids to go see the
Oh
movie, and I
yeah,
go like, "Wow, this is a little adult for the little tykes." You know what I
I
mean?
know.
But
Yeah.
they don't care. Every time they see Spider-Man, they just love it. They
Oh
just
yeah.
gobble that right up. They'll get
Well,
it. They'll get the stuff later. But
and as far as the organic webbing versus the scientific webbing, I
yes,
I grew up with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like I said, I didn't read the comic books, so I thought the organic webbing was always the way it was. And then
me too.
Andrew Garfield comes along and they're like, oh, it's canisters. And I'm like, I end up seeing some of the comic book stuff. It's like, oh, it's canisters. Like, that doesn't make sense. If he got bit by a spider, he would have webs coming out of him. And so I think this really, it was a very good way to tie in the original comics about how
Yeah, yeah.
Peter was going through those changes and becoming, the quote unquote man spider as that comic book arc goes. And I did think they were going to kill him off. I did talk about the end of the movie here. I did
Yeah.
think they were going to kill him because that is the arc in the comic book, spoiler, where he kind of almost becomes completely like a spider and he has to
Mhm.
die and then
Yes,
he gets
man
resurrected.
spider,
Right. And
man
then he
spider.
gets resurrected later. And I thought that would be something in Doomsday or Secret Wars, whatever. But then I
Gotcha.
realized this is Disney, and modern Hollywood cannot kill anybody off, especially
No,
Disney
there's
right
still
now.
two more Spider-Man movies to go
Exactly.
after this.
So,
This is their second trilogy,
right.
basically,
So I
with
think,
Spider-Man.
yeah. So I think they
His
handled
Spider-Man.
it well. I think they handled it well as far as not
Yeah.
killing him, and but still having that arc, and it was almost like a level up moment of I don't need this scientific mumbo jumbo anymore. It is just a part of me. I am Peter Parker and Spider Man.
Yes, I agree. Now, okay, let's wrap things up with
Mm-hmm.
the post-credit scenes. What did you think of that? Did you stay after the credits?
I did, and for waiting that long, for as long as the credits are, to get the app of him going to outer space. Last I checked, he's already been to outer space. And in other dimensions, and other multiverses, and whatever, that was stupid.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I can wait. It'll be fine. But I wish I hadn't waited for
Yeah.
that.
It's
The
like,
people were like
give
pissed
me,
in my theater.
you know what I
I waited
wanted?
all through that for
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I would have been. I kind of was. Uh, I would have liked. Okay, before I give you mine, what's yours? What would you have wanted to see? Like we've seen all of these end credits, post credit scenes, mid credit scenes, whatever. All these teasers. Some of these teasers that have ended up meaning nothing because they changed stuff 3 movies later. What would you have wanted to see?
I would have liked to have seen the people that were in online. We're talking about the Goblin. What's he called again?
Oh, the
Gold
Hobgoblin.
Goblin. Yeah,
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Hobgoblin. Thank you, Mike. And I would have liked to have seen a hint towards that storyline if they're going to do it.
An actual Spider-Man villain. That's what this
Yes.
movie needed was an actual
Yeah,
Spider-Man villain other than Scorpion who we saw in the first movie.
I agree. Yeah,
Yep. What I would have
yeah,
liked to have seen, I'll give you two because I just thought of this too. A Miles Morales
yeah,
hint, since they wasn't in the movie,
yeah.
or because they gave you Jean Grey on the bus going to upstate New York. Where do you think she's going? She's going to see Professor
Of
Xavier.
course.
So
Yeah,
give me, doesn't even have to be frontal face. Give me her feet and her Converse or whatever stepping onto the stone's front walkway with a big X-Man X on the ground
yeah,
and her ringing a doorbell and it cuts to black.
yeah. Well, that would have been kind of cool.
That would have been kind of cool
That would have
too.
been cool. If listen, I'll tell you, if Sony had its way, you would have seen all of the Spider-Man. You would have had seen there would have
Oh
been
yeah.
a cameo from Spider Pig, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean,
Is
they
that the
wanted to go
problem? Is
crazy.
that the
They wanted to
problem? Because Sony owns all
what's
of
that?
that still? Is that why
Yeah, they
we're not
still
getting
own
these?
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
they
they still
still
own
own
it,
it.
but you would think with the millions of dollars that everybody's making, they would just sign something
Well,
over.
did you see all the Sony feces at the end?
Oh yeah,
Pascal Pictures, a Sony presentation,
yeah.
Columbia
It's like
Pictures.
they're all involved.
Calm the hell down. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. I
that's all right.
wish Marvel owned it again so we could just
Yeah.
get a divorce from those people because they're ridiculous.
Hmm.
And they can't tell a damn story.
Yeah.
Everything they put out is crap.
Yes.
Craven. What? I'm craving a good movie. That's what I'm craving.
Oh, I know.
I just want to see a good Doomsday. I don't care. I I I have very low expectations.
Yeah,
I do. I do. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, I'm thinking to myself, hey, I pay a lot for Disney. Why don't I just stream it at home?
I know.
It's just not doing it for me the way it used to. I used to collect all of these movies
Yeah.
and I stopped around 23, 24. And I go like, I can't buy that.
Yeah.
I'll never watch that in my collection.
I know.
But I've watched the whole MCU all the way through, you know?
Yep.
That's a good watch when you've got the flu or COVID or something like that. You're all laid
Right.
up in bed.
I
Yeah,
think somebody
but
said if you had to watch all of the movies and all of the TV shows leading up to Doomsday, I think somebody said it would take 300 hours. It's
they're soap
all
operas.
it's all okay.
Yeah, it's all okay. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
nothing mind-blowing, and we need mind-blowing. Endgame, Infinity War,
Yeah.
it was pretty
Well,
mind-blowing at the time, but
yeah. There's a delicate balance between being grounded in reality and humor.
yes.
Now, I would say they have the humor down quite well.
Hmm.
Sometimes they get a little off the hook with
Yeah.
Love and Thunder, Thor Love and Thunder.
Right.
I thought that was like almost Python-esque with those goats screaming and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Guardians of the
freaking ridiculous.
Galaxy done very well.
Yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
Exactly. But it feels grounded and there's a lot of good
Yes.
relationships between the characters. It's heartfelt.
Hmm.
And yet the humor
It
works.
serves a
All the
purpose.
jokes land.
See, DC, as a final side note, for as bad as Marvel's doing, at least they're not DC. Uh, at least they're not the Flash.
Oh
But
my gosh.
I just rewatched all the Batman movies. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, great.
all of them, yeah. I'm watching the TV
Yeah.
shows right now, the animated TV show and the new one on Prime,
Yes,
Cape
me
Crusader.
too.
I have my
Me
issues
too.
with Cape Crusader, but that's a conversation for another time. The Christopher Nolan series, the Dark Knight trilogy. That
Yeah.
was angsty Bruce Wayne. There was more Bruce Wayne time and pissed off Alfred than there were Batman. And that was disappointing. Rewatching it, I loved The Dark Knight growing up. But
Yeah.
rewatching those three movies, all it is Bruce Wayne complaining and Alfred complaining to Bruce Wayne. I could have been there. I wasn't there for you. My best Michael Caine is that I could do it 1 o'clock in the morning. But and then I rewatched the first time I watched The Batman with Robert Pattinson, emo Batman.
Yes.
I was like, this is
Yeah.
really dark. But then I watched it
Yeah.
again after watching the Christopher Nolan trilogy. And I'm like, you know
Yes.
what? It's not that dark. And there's more actual Batman scenes.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I think it's heading in a good direction, but I think DC in general and Warner Brothers fails to realize that they need to have the humor. What made
Yeah, but they don't do humor well.
They don't. That's the problem.
Did you watch Penguin though? Did you watch Penguin?
Not yet. I need to.
What?
I've heard that
You
was
got to
good.
watch that.
Yes.
Oh my
It's on my
gosh.
list.
It's like watching The Sopranos. It's
Yeah.
that good.
Good. And see, that goes into Batman Part 2, that of course got delayed again. But I think
Yeah.
they're moving in a
I
good
don't care. They
direction.
can delay that as much as they want. Just make it good. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I think they're moving in a very good direction, and I think
Yeah.
Marvel is taking notice. And I think Marvel has, just to wrap it up here, I think Marvel, we've said that for 5 minutes now. Uh, I think Marvel has done well with the Spider-Man
Yeah.
movie. They need to understand what made it work well, and that includes what Tom Holland did by listening to the fans and scouring
Yeah.
the internet for what the fans actually wanted, and put that
Mhm.
into the future.
Well, and my feeling is just to wrap up really quickly, is that you don't have to put everything in there.
Yeah.
You just try to stay focused.
Yes.
Because I got to say, even though people enjoyed it, they looked at their watches a lot of time through that movie. And I'm going, like, if you're really into it, you shouldn't be looking at your watch once,
Yeah. You should
not
be
one time.
sucked into the moment,
Yeah, yeah.
not wondering,
That's why I say you
Zendaya,
should. Yeah,
Zendaya, I
there you
love
go.
you. Yes. Well, Greg Morton, now I'm going to put
All
this
right.
out. It's Friday here,
Yeah,
which is the 31st of July. You folks, if you're watching this and it is still this weekend, you can go catch Greg Morton. If you're in Southwest Florida at Vasani, you've got 3 more chances Friday and then 2 on Saturday, which is already, that's the first, August 1st already. Summertime is here. And
yeah. Weird.
where can people find you online, my friend?
I'm going to be on gregmorton.com,
Yes.
and that's my website. You can sign up.
And of course, Greg Morton comic on
Yes.
Instagram. Yeah.
Perfect. I love all the videos. I love all the stuff you're doing. All your ads are great.
Thank you,
And
buddy.
hopefully I'll see you soon. We'll go maybe work it out where you're down here or not down. I'm up currently,
I might be coming back
and we can go
in
see
season.
Doomsday.
Yes. Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be fun.
I hope so. Then
Yes.
we can do it together live.
Yes. And we got to do these
Yes.
more
So not
often. It'd be fun to
not
do.
1 hour setup. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All
now it
right,
is
we're gonna
set
do
up.
this again.
Yes.
All right.
All right,
All
folks.
right.
Thanks for watching, and
All
we'll
right.
see you in the next one.
Bye.